To build a wilderness campsite from the ground up, we have an exact target, a site that is completely safe, entirely eco-friendly, and perfectly aligned with strict leave no trace principles. Reaching that zero-impact state requires mastering national adventure safety standards across 3 specific disciplines. We have to execute proper site mapping, maintain backcountry hygiene, and establish clear emergency response protocols. Before you take a single step onto the trail, you need to verify your gear. The absolute prerequisites include a sturdy trail, reusable food containers, a comprehensive first aid kit, and exactly 2 cell phones. The logic behind carrying 2 cell phones is strictly about redundancy. You must ensure those phones operate on entirely different carrier networks. If one carrier drops its signal in a valley, the other network provides your backup line for emergency communication. Completing this equipment verification gives you a reliable baseline. Catching a broken zipper or a missing bandage at base camp is the primary barrier that prevents minor wilderness inconveniences from escalating into systemic emergencies later on. Step 1 of your pre-trip routine is a manual inspection. Physically test every tent zipper to confirm it functions smoothly, and open your emergency toolkit to verify every required medical item is actually inside. Next, remove all commercial packaging from your meals and transfer your food into reusable containers before you leave. Keeping loose wrappers out of the woods is the most effective way to prevent accidental littering. If you are traveling with a large group, you need to manage your footprint by splitting the party into smaller pods of 4 to 6 people. Smaller groups minimize trail erosion and reduce the logistical chaos of setting up camp. When you arrive at your destination, you must select an established, legal camping area. Look for highly durable ground surfaces that can handle foot traffic, specifically rock, gravel, dry grass, or snow. Do not attempt to alter a site to make it more comfortable, and never cut through trail switchbacks. Pitching a tent on a durable, rocky surface protects the area, but setting up on fragile plant ecosystems causes immediate, lasting damage to local flora. A proper site requires observation, not terraforming. The best campsites are found, not made. Once you claim your site, you have to map out the spatial architecture. Where you place your tent relative to your water source is heavily regulated by environmental law to ensure biological security. The golden rule of backcountry distancing is straightforward. Every major component of your camp must be at least 200 feet away from lakes, streams, and rivers. Practically, that measures out to about 70 adult steps. This map illustrates the triangle method. Separating tents, kitchen, and water maintains safe distancing. This 200-foot buffer stops runoff from polluting drinking supplies. The toilet area requires an isolated vector, 200 feet from water, tents, and separated from trails. You can validate your layout with a simple physical test. If a camper can easily toss a stone from their tent and hit the water source, the camp is built too close. Sticking to this rigorous spatial architecture provides a structural defense. It prevents biological contamination of your drinking water and significantly reduces the chance of wildlife wandering into your sleeping quarters looking for food. Managing backcountry sanitation correctly is critical. That sturdy trowel you packed earlier is the single most important tool you have for preventing localized disease outbreaks. This diagram shows dimensions for a backcountry toilet, or cat hole. Excavation must reach exactly 6 to 8 inches into the soil. Once finished, backfill the hole completely with excavated soil. Proper concealment allows natural bacteria to safely break down waste. You must also enforce a strict pack-it-in, pack-it-out policy. Before leaving any rest area or campsite, the group needs to conduct a meticulous visual sweep to pick up microtrash and any spilled food. On the emergency side, set your baseline protocols immediately upon arrival. Establish a clear assembly point for the group, pull out your map, and physically pinpoint the exact location of the nearest medical facility. Secure your shelter by keeping tent zippers completely closed immediately after setup. To maintain airflow, use the inner mesh screen doors for ventilation. This creates a physical barrier that blocks snakes and crawling insects from entering. If temperatures drop rapidly, you can tie a string securely around your sleeping bag right below your feet. This reduces the dead airspace at the bottom of the bag, helping your body conserve heat much faster. By combining strict waste management with a sealed, temperature-regulated shelter, you effectively turn a vulnerable nylon tent into a secure, highly functional wilderness outpost. When it is time to break camp, review the site. Because of the layout, the water source remains completely unpolluted, and all waste is securely managed at the correct depth underground. Your group is secure, knowing you have a verified emergency communication plan backed by dual cellular networks ready to go if needed. Executing this precise step-by-step system guarantees a professional-grade wilderness experience, while leaving the ecosystem perfectly intact for the next explorer who walks down the trail. If you are planning to step up to leading larger expeditions or tackling high-altitude treks, click the link to join our advanced module, covering mountaineering first aid and acclimatization techniques.